All right, calling to order the town branding and seal committee for April 30th, 2024. When we last left off, we were looking at branding, right? Oh, Teddy.
Oh, great, Teddy's here too.
I don't want you to lose your chair.
There are plenty of chairs. There's new chairs.
That don't actually spread your clothes.
Yeah, have a new chair. And
You want a chair? Yeah, you got this. These are-
look at this, and the, it's not shredded.
Louise, how's this chair feel to
Maybe we
you?
should stop the recording during this fabulous part.
Ornaments, yeah.
Tell Dave.
So we started. We're recording.
No, I'm not fine.
I lost the agenda. Well, we only,
There
Just
are three
reviewing.
things on it. Okay.
the new.
Part of it's in folder at home, part of it's in folder somewhere around here.
All right.
Okay.
So we're recording, we're doing the branding and town seal committee for the April 30th. Mark, I'm gonna throw it to you. You wanna go through?
Sure.
Put the slides up.
Wait, well. Slideshow.
Hey,
Okay.
Gloria.
Oh, Gloria, hi.
We want to roll again?
Yeah, sure. I used to have a
Gonna get one
professor
anyway.
in
Would
undergraduate
you like me
school.
to put one of these up? No, I got it.
I used to have a professor in undergraduate school and he taught English and he had the ability
They're
to
new.
stop mid-sentence for one class and then pick up right in the middle of that sentence with the next class. I don't have that skill, so I just want to warn
I
you.
apologize.
So this time, I listened very carefully to what everybody said. And I had voluminous notes from Amy. And so why don't we start there with the notes and we'll talk about that a little bit and then I'll show you our work. So very clear, there were certain things that were not wanted from the last meeting and we got that. And then we decided to explore some other things that were pointed out to be strategic and of interest. Next slide. Then initially we looked at type. So we wanted to see what Needham looked like in different ways. Next. And Amy, can you make this slideshow available to everyone if they want it? So that you can study it and think about it as well. Next. Next. Okay, so that's a good segue, I think, into the next slide. Where we started just to look at the lettering. Now, I'm gonna say this twice now and at the end. How we could connect this to the town seal is we can look at lettering, we can look at colors, we can look at textures, we can look at form, and that's how we're gonna connect it. Amber, I want you to know that you're in my heart with all this. Next. And Amy asked me to show the graphic first and then show it applied to a sign, so you have a strong feeling about it. This one's very clean, simple. Next. 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 This is using the N. Next. And then at the bottom is, I call it a bottom band, and we can, they're cut out basically. And so that can add another texture, another piece of history or another piece of culture to the wayfinding pieces. Next. 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 So we're looking at different colors and how colors work. Next. Next. So this dealt with the river and water, but abstractly. Next. 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 Don't laugh when you see the next, next. I thought-
I like that one.
That's Kevin, right?
I use it.
Next. And you see, I've taken everything that you said and tried to apply it in different ways so that we can then go back and say, refine this one, reject that one. Next. How about him?
Careful.
He's happy to be breathing. Next. And here is the porch. And we try to make it generic, but also homey. And next. Very distinctive, very unique. Next. So here are reasons not to use the bridge for Needham's branding. Okay, I'm gonna show you that first. Ipswich has a bridge, 2 arches. Watertown has a single arch. Needham Newton Community Way has a bridge logo, and Charles River Regional Chamber also has one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so reasons not to do it. Now, maybe a couple reasons to do it. Next. Next. I find this one quite rich and in colors and textures. Next. And there's a reversal in the colors. Next. Next. And I just thought that this would give you something to also think about in terms of fonts. Just a series of police car marking options, just to see how they differentiate. And they're not as different as you would think. Next. Next. Next.
What font is that?
You had to ask me, right?
That's nitrophone.
Okay, next. 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 Next.
You see it so often, it stops making sense. You know, pole lights. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it's not reading.
But what's interesting to me there is that we don't, like the cruisers,
They don't
they
have
don't they don't have the seal, but having the same font as the other things
Yes.
on them in the future, that makes a lot of sense to
in
me.
the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all just got
Well, we buy, 4 cruisers a year.
Can I ask a question? One of the things we were looking at, Kate, remember you had the N with a kind of, I don't know what you call it, the metal work around it, that we really like that.
There was
It's-
one of those.
Yeah, but I thought it was a little more complicated than that,
Okay, yeah,
which adds more character to it.
it's on the front door.
Yeah, and it's got like the oval and it's got a little thing on the top, so it makes it more distinctive if we're working with that particular one, which I thought people liked.
So, if you would like, we can now go back through them slower and discuss, but you can see we try to listen very carefully. And as I told Amy, we're gonna get this right somehow. We're not leaving.
Do you want me to
Yeah, start at the,
maybe
yeah,
do a
the
slide
beginning.
sorter like
Yeah, the
that?
beginning,
So you can,
go all the way up.
I think the cruisers will just end up, Amy, like whatever font we pick for the
Yeah.
other thing.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Okay,
I don't know, I'm just not an artist, but I like the lowercase. I don't know why, but I like that.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Upper and lowercase are easier to read than all uppercase.
And it totally depends on the font usage as well, right? Some fonts work with all uppercase.
But
And then some you just like, what does that even say?
Okay,
they switched the upper and lowercase on the Mass Turnpike over the last few years because of readability.
I also like the lowercase. It just looks less aggressive.
I don't think of Needham as aggressive, but okay.
No, no, but if it's like Needham, you know,
I think now,
And I will
try
say that-
driving.
All caps is like shouting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I like it. I like that point, yeah.
You train this.
Does anybody disagree? Does anybody think the upper should be all uppercase?
Hey, there's something
Depends
we,
on usage.
That's one
Okay.
If
decision.
we're to do any sort of seal-like things,
It's hard to
you,
do.
you want them in all upper
Okay.
type of thing.
Right.
I mean, I just keep coming back to the usage where this is all wayfinding and it's not a logo. It's not on the DPW truck. It's not on a patch, things like that. I mean, I'm looking for more.
Here's other stuff I've done for Needham, just to goofing around
Mhm.
over the years. You know,
We have a few
I just want.
I know, 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually we only let
So
one.
maybe where we're headed, like, to the next meeting is to pick some elements and see, I'd like to see them, what they might look like as a patch. Or,
Yeah.
or around, you know, whatever that would go
Yeah,
on
yeah.
something,
I mean, it's just.
or on the wall here, like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's your, oh, I see what you're saying. And it just has the balls on the side. not
yeah,
on
but
top.
if you could get the full one that
But
has,
the full one is complicated.
Yeah.
And this one is simplified so that you can see it quicker and you can relate to it. So if you want, I'll do one up like that and you'll see it's not as readable.
Can I make, the W in welcome
Yeah,
is a no-go for me, right? I don't know.
The
if it
word
is.
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, right, like it's Wegmans.
All we did is,
Yeah, yeah,
does
I'm
look
just,
like
we're just putting it out there.
I know they're just ideas.
You may not even want to say welcome on the sign.
No,
no, go away.
Does
because in
anybody?
fairness, we don't need more people here.
Just-
No, I mean, every parking lot is full, every real estate's through the roof, every restaurant's
Well, you
full,
saw all
so-
the different types of people I had next to the
Yes.
signs.
Yeah.
Can I throw out what might be unpopular is I would like to move away from blue and gold, but I
Yes,
just wanna throw that out.
Yeah.
I will say, if you put red in, it'll be all over the Needham Facebook.
Yes, we don't have to do red.
What is the other option?
Green.
Green and blue.
I like that blue and orange one.
Green is
honestly.
Yeah, this is, yes.
Can we put it-
And if somebody complains, you just say, oh, it was a printing mistake.
Yeah.
I
Our
love
next-
the one with the yellow trees too, I think that's, and the river, and kayaking, I wish would become a larger part of this community.
yay.
Amy,
To
can you go
use the
down to
river.
the bridge one with the blue window? With both of them, yeah.
Oh, that, yeah.
I like both of those.
I did too, even though I fought against it.
I know.
It is a beautiful bridge.
That looks like it's the Central Avenue one, right?
It is.
Yeah, and you try to figure out which is the best one to go under when
Which
you're
side is
canoeing.
Central?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
Dover
yeah.
side.
Dope side.
Dover side.
So whose is
So
it?
the other one's very handsome too.
Right?
So what's the name of it? Gloria?
It's Fisher's Bridge.
Fish-
Um,
That would be a bigger street.
I see the top of the bridge, the gold band or the blue band, and then the graphic of the bridge. Sort of like an itch that you can't scratch. It's like,
It's a little separate.
it's like, is it, are we seeing the top of the bridge or is that just the color coming down? It's sort of like
Amy, can you pull the whole thing up?
This one right here?
either one,
Yeah.
yeah.
31.
You know, it's sort of,
I'm gonna write that one down because I don't know where I'll use it, but sometime in the future, an itch that you can't scratch.
Which part? The scrub at the bottom?
no, not this, across the middle, like, it's, so, is the bridge really that level on top? It looks like, it's
Oh,
not,
as opposed
it's not
to
interacting.
I think there's
There needs to be some
a,
separation between the bridge and the
Something
marsh.
about it is like, I don't get that that's the top of the bridge, or I don't get that that's the bottom of that goal.
isn't there a railing on the bridge and like that, and people,
So the only thing,
people fishing?
Yeah,
I think it's a
Nobody
great
fishes it so narrow.
thing, it just kind of seems similar to the ones for Ipswich.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yes.
bold two color posterized, whatever, high
Yes.
contrast photo.
Also, where's your innovation?
Well, in fact, that is actually old innovation, like to have.
Yeah.
But you do
Without
something on the
those
one side and then,
arches, the world
and
would
then-
be a different
But
place.
do we
And then
need
fade
innovation
over.
based traditions?
I don't
know.
Yeah,
The-
no.
I mean, that's,
The bridge is a metaphor for them connecting.
yeah.
Well, bridges are metaphors for a lot of things.
You know, can we go to the river?
We're not forgetting a
Green,
part.
the green and blues.
That was pretty.
Yeah, there you go.
This one?
That,
I like it.
I like
That one, yeah.
you know,
That
that's.
one looks like Ipswich.
It does.
It does.
Why does that
I've
call
paddleboarded
Needham?
right there.
The wetlands, you
Because the
know,
river.
the river, but if you go through the wetlands, it's going, you know, commuter rail, that's.
Did anybody
That's
read
what most
in the
people
Globe
see.
magazine this weekend, the two guys who
Kayak.
kayaked, and they're like, we're still in Needham.
Yeah, especially if you start going toward Dedham.
Oh my God. All right, but it's not that one, the other, you know, there's, I think the color,
How about,
Yeah, it's a-
can we look at the trees that are orange? Or gold?
orange trees, and then there's,
This one?
Yeah.
And,
Was it one?
and make them green, you mean?
No,
Well,
I love
I
it.
like them.
That, what, like, you know, the trustees,
Yeah, Charles River Peninsula.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a nice sign.
I mean, it looks a little Vermonty, but still,
Okay,
you
yeah.
know, I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
Just-
What about the porch? Is it just too many colors?
there's not enough triangles on the roof.
You know,
And we take the red out, I get it.
So one thing I do like about the front steps is that the front steps project that happened during COVID started here in Needham.
Yeah.
right.
And so that is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Could
but
I-
if you're looking for something for a patch, don't we need simpler kind of design too?
Yes, but I think looking at this is, I got my wheels going. That house would not exist in Needham, would have been knocked down.
Yeah, it's what we're losing. It's a
But-
good
but-
image.
If you wanna do that, we have to do an uglier
We
house.
should
Could
put
I-
some turkeys in front of it.
Could there be something of, like, what I'm seeing is sort of the light across the front door? And sort of like, there's something about the depth of, and if it's not a porch, is it a front door?
Ah,
Backlit from inside showing home, but sort of with a very simple graphic quality of like simple block colors. Like, look at the door, where it's light green, blue,
that's
with its
nice.
shadow. There's something very interesting happening there that you suggest porch, but you don't actually have to articulate it all entirely.
And the red needs to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
right,
And this
yeah.
logo.
Red
yeah,
is
right.
like a verboten, it's like
Yeah.
Crips and Bloods, you can't.
Right, oh, yeah,
Yeah, but if you have the door without the stuff around it, it could be a door to a multifamily dwelling.
Right, no,
Right.
but the point is, it's.
And
it's
not
sort of
just
home,
the single residents that we're losing.
You know, it's sort of, it
I think
says,
it'd be hard that people get.
home can be whatever you make it, and I think that
Whereas
might.
we're-
There's something also where we like use 4 or 5 different door knocker styles graphically. With different uses, and now sometimes you could put all 4 of them, so it's kind of like we're all unique, we're all homes.
Oh, right, you know,
It's a symbol.
I mean, like those posters that have the doors.
Yeah.
Like a dozen door.
Yeah.
But I like the colors
But
here.
it's playing, you know, again, you have to plan it
Backlit.
right.
but Mark, to your idea that you use a graphic across the bottom, could those be door knockers?
Yes.
Except that they would be different, rather than the ones you
Yeah.
usually do is the same design. all the
Or you
way.
might do 3 and repeat them, something like
Yeah.
that, so there's a rhythm to it, yeah. I generally agree with everybody.
That's your job, right?
Oh, no,
That's my work, yeah.
Can you say
So Amy,
native?
why don't we start at the top again, if you would, and then we can sort of say what stays in and what,
And you'd said something about not wanting a tagline.
I don't think we need it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We can add one if we want.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think.
You do
the
like it.
sense of this-
Wellesley doesn't
You're
have
wrong.
one,
No.
Brookline doesn't have one, Winchester doesn't have one.
Well, you might use it sometimes and not other times.
That's a
Right.
good tagline for them. We don't have it.
We don't have one.
you don't have to, yes,
Or you could just say Needham welcomes. That was a whole thing Wellesley had called Wellesley Welcomes, and there were signs, and they're trying to get people to put them in their homes and in businesses. According to the immigrant.
Oh,
statute.
we meet on May 14th?
We meet again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Do we want to see this one or not?
No,
No. Good.
The little Ukrainian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get the wheat and we get the sky.
recognize your options. No,
No,
No, thank you.
No welcome on any of them.
No one's
nobody's
welcome.
welcome.
I also think the white on yellow is really hard.
yeah,
No teal.
no, this, no.
Oh, really? I like the teal.
I like the teal.
Why no teal?
Anybody else?
I'm not big on.
Because they-
Teal's
the
fine,
three of
it's
them
just
like
very
We like it.
1985 Colorado.
Yeah.
I'll say anybody that's colorblind will not be able to see that.
Oh.
They'll just see gray.
Oh.
Or brown.
Okay.
30% of all men are
Okay.
colorblind. so Don't worry about it.
That looks sort of like nautical color.
I like it.
That's great. I kind of like it too.
Lovely gray town.
The typeface, the font there that, I mean, I think they're trying to go for is to look like an old woodblock kind of typeface, which I'm not, I mean, it's cool for tradition. I can't even see that far. For tradition, but maybe.
Okay.
You have a similar one with taller risers, it's nice.
So no?
Parts of it,
You want to
yes.
keep parts of it? Okay.
Develop if you want. but-
the
Develop
need,
it, okay.
the Needham.
We'll put the N in a rectangle.
Yes,
Okay.
completely different.
Well, it
Maybe.
has fretwork around it.
Sorry.
No,
Those two
No.
colors together are actually very energetic.
Okay, let's do that without
Our
the
tagline
welcome
could
and
be the other
thank
end
you.
word.
And they're energetic. you
And
know.
that's okay for colorblindness, the green, that green and blue.
Green and blue you can see, right? Green and red you can't see.
Yeah, it's mainly, I just, my roommate was colorblind, and he used to have to go shopping, and he would hold stuff up, and I'd have to tell him what color it was, and if it went together. So that's how I learned about color blindness.
Right. That's right. And we don't necessarily like do we think all caps work? No.
no,
No,
No.
no, that's,
Okay.
That's
Okay, so
That's really
yes or no on this?
No.
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 no, like, no, the color.
Colors,
Lovely
you do?
color.
I like the colors. Good energy.
Colors, yes.
It's good
Font.
energy.
It's not
Oh, I
neat.
But it's not needed,
It's not
actually.
good.
Sorry, Louise and I are on the team.
It's a let's say it's a
They're
maybe,
not needed colors.
maybe on the green and blue.
They're Vineyard Vine colors.
Well, I could see
Yeah.
like monochromatic, if it was like a tone down the green a little bit.
Yeah.
And then make the blue like a really deep
Okay.
pine.
And lowercase,
Then look at it.
and no welcome and no tag. Otherwise, we love it.
We've already got it, that's what you started.
It's like a TV sitcom.
Oh, no.
All right.
This is such a good group. All
Yeah.
right, no, we're.
No,
Forget
No.
that, one. Move it up.
All right.
I have to cheer.
Anything with red, I didn't know.
Not
that
gonna
was-
lie, that reminds me of a subway sign. I mean the restaurant, not the public transportation.
Okay.
I did do some work for them 20 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah. I upgraded all of their,
This is
Yeah,
cute.
accessible signage.
This feels like,
Duxbury or something.
What about
Yeah.
the
It's
font though?
It's too coastal. I like the font.
like the font,
And actually, I don't think the font.
Don't hate the colors?
No, I don't know.
but it just. looks
I like
you're
the
on the
combination
ocean.
of colors.
does it feel
They're all
like
green,
the
so look
floods
like
that we
fine.
had?
your gold and your blue in there.
Yeah, I would call
Not
this
quite as
version
monotonous.
August 8th.
Yeah, right, that's what I
Yeah,
meant,
it's-
yeah.
it's
It's a stormwater tap.
A little bit too much water.
All right,
It's too soon.
the mood I'm in, I guess. That was fun. That was really.
Wow.
Too green.
I like it though. I think.
I
it's-
like the design,
I'm
but
not saying it's,
black
I'm
and
not sure it
green is
says
a-
Needham. I don't think people
black
say
and green is
that's
a
from Needham.
combination I
No.
really don't like.
I
But
don't think
that's-
it's black, is
The
it?
design
That's
is.
the river.
I think that's a dark green.
Dark,
Dark green,
yeah.
yeah.
Could we see this one in like different palette maybe?
Sure.
Red.
No red.
Yeah.
You just have to have a few of the Adirondack chairs.
Yeah, that's.
Red ones.
Red ones.
Red ones.
Red ones, exactly.
I like it, but I don't know if it's us.
If it's what?
If it's us,
Yeah.
right? There's
I
so
mean,
much foliage.
I have seen it, I mean, in fairness, I usually go kayaking in Dedham rather than Needham, but, because they have a loop, but this does exist. And it's an amazing time. I wonder if, I mean, I know you said to stay away from with the pergolas, what was it?
Cupolas.
Cupolas.
Yeah.
But what
But
if,
the tree looks.
instead of the background trees, that was a silhouette of town?
Yeah, it kind of looks,
So like you're taking the river into Needham, even though that doesn't happen.
Take it around.
You know, excommunicated the cupolas.
Yeah, because they already belong to logos in
Yeah.
existence.
Every other logo in existence.
Yeah, but, you know, that could be said about the bridges.
Right. They do
But not in
exist,
Or say every other Needham logo in
they
existence.
do
said Needham
exist in
logo,
this
yeah.
town a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
Right.
true too.
okay.
Get away from it.
Maybe we need some oak trees. Those, I'm not sure what those trees are.
Those.
The maple,
Maples.
everybody knows that.
Well, I think they're supposedly maples, but oaks are really important.
This one's.
But they don't make a good color and their foliage
Oh,
is.
it's-
Chris Van Noy.
Okay,
We'll
so
play
this
with
is a
that.
yes
The
or?
illustrator.
Yes, that's a key.
I mean, one thing that I think is nice about it is that although we don't use our rivers as much, if we were going, you know, if it did want to have the Native American aspect to it, that might have been a more important, I don't know, but
Well,
factor
yeah,
to
yeah.
Needham.
Yes.
This
That,
this could, you know, morph over to the town seal as the
Right.
background.
as a way of transportation and such.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
For what's worth it, the river's too narrow.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a little
The
narrow.
last deal you said the river was too wide. You called it the Mississippi.
It did look like it was.
The third one will be
Yeah.
just right.
This
How weird
looks-
would it be to have like the skyline of Needham in the background?
A little more
We have a
curves.
skyline.
Oh, and you could have
The town hall.
town hall.
We can try, well,
and it's two steeples or.
That looks like
right,
it
the
could be a
town of
path
Reading
instead
took
of a
all their
river.
prominent buildings and had us do a collage
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And so they had the library and then they had the town hall and put them together in different colors and.
Ours kind of look the same though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do they look the same?
Well, they all have.
The
those
library, the
cupolas
high
on
school, the
top.
town
No, they
hall.
didn't. This one didn't at all.
No, no.
We're talking
Needham's.
about our
Oh,
town.
okay, all right. The library, you're right, the library, the high school, and, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So can I just think
People like
the
it that
trees
way.
are too far back. There's too much green in front.
Okay.
Maybe the trees would be smaller too.
I thought the trees were too big. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with him.
But
There's something about it I really like. but
Well,
I-
don't you see though, that's
I think
part of
it's
the innovation
colors.
is because we cut down so
Color,
many trees.
yeah,
Then it
colors
would
are
be
very
green.
pleasing.
And we'll make, the river, a little bit wider.
And maybe curvier.
Finding a way for people to access the river is like a huge priority. of
I
ours.
think it'd be.
Yes.
Why don't you go out to Central
That has
Avenue and when it goes into
amazing
Dover,
things
and
that
it's
you
really
can
kind of curving
in
around and
town.
then there's a little bridge going over.
Yeah, well, there's,
Well,
there's the,
that's
Charles
the
River
bridge.
Peninsula.
Okay,
It's right next to
all right,
Central.
so that one will keep.
The Needham.
and
This is
tweak.
this is the clam flats here.
Clam flats.
I
Yeah,
was sort of
which-
hoping we could put red there and think of them as cranberry bogs, but no.
Right.
we must
Well,
change ourselves.
I mean, that's a dream.
Well, there's part of the river
We
near
used to-
Castle Hill Farms that looks like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of divides.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
How does everybody feel about the font?
No, it's too stuck.
I like the color, even though they're blue and gold, which is 17. The green just needs them.
Yeah, I like actually the variation on greens or something adds, it just is like it's a good abstraction. It does look like a marsh, you know, on the Cape Buttes, you know.
And,
Long Island.
and a few areas, like
Yeah.
you
Those
see
are the
from
ones
the
right below
train when you're.
Yes.
No, below that, above it. Because I like the vertical to look at, everybody look at. What do you think
There's
that
one
vertical?
behind that.
You throw in some
The one on
purple
the
stripe.
right,
No, I get it. I like it. It feels a little Kingston,
okay,
Massachusetts.
I get it.
Great.
What's that, the shadow on the river?
No,
The
I'm digging
vertical
that.
one? I like the shadow on the river. It looks like
So
a
this
marsh.
is that other
It
one
is, it's
similar,
totally
different color.
Yeah. Which again, though, was important to the native,
Color Park.
the salt marshes more than the water.
Reminds me a little bit of the Mashpee town seal, where they have the
Not
river.
really,
No, they have a river and tree,
Yeah,
and then
but
they have the
mostly-
bird.
the sunshine thing in it.
Okay.
Now, this is the same, but a different color as we saw.
And there's no,
Oh,
it doesn't say Needham underneath it. The other one had that big yellow underneath it.
Well, go to the signs, you'll see
Yeah.
it. It's on there.
So that's the same, but the trees are green instead of yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just dark.
It
Yeah,
seems
that
like
doesn't
too
do
much of
much.
a valley. too.
Yeah. Back to why I really like that porch, but I like your idea about the porch,
Yeah,
like making more of a door with a.
yeah, that would be,
Closer up
I
of a
agree.
porch.
that would be really nice.
Well, there aren't very many houses in Needham that look like that anymore.
I know.
And when you have your porch, you
That
have a
one's-
little
that's,
larger house.
Mark Tree Road.
Remember, that was our marching orders at the last meeting,
I know.
to
I
have a
forgot.
generic porch.
I
A
know, and it
It
generic,
doesn't have to look like anything, but
So-
it looks like a porch.
So now we're saying the generic door, because that could fit in more
You really want a
houses.
generic one, or you want one
No,
that's more
no,
distinctive?
like this.
More, yeah, I mean,
Like just the front, maybe just get more of the house out of it. But I like the railings and the sides. That's-
I think if you use a house for a door, you're gonna have to use a tagline, something like welcome home, or it's,
Yeah.
Come and knock on our door.
Like the
Yeah.
things outside of Boston, if
As I
you
said
lived
to
here,
you,
you'd be home.
Get off my porch.
As I said to you at the first meeting, my ex-wife is a realtor, and she's always touting Needham as a great place to live.
Or to
So I
sell
don't know
real
how
estate.
I feel about her saying that.
that's
but-
right, that's
But I just wanted to repeat it.
To be a realtor.
Well, given the prices here, I guess a
you have a
lot of
little
people
bench
feel
on the
that way.
porch. How about a bench on the porch?
Hmm.
Didn't like that. That's welcoming.
Yeah,
Is that orange on the bottom or red? Okay.
It's a reddish orange.
Terracotta.
Yeah. Well, not quite,
Yeah,
but it's orange.
And how does everybody feel about that color now?
Can't be red.
Yeah,
No,
you're right. We'll never hear that.
Many times. So that's really,
Never gonna hear about it.
people will vote no no matter what.
Cadmium red, okay.
remember from painting class, cadmium too.
From Bob Ross.
Right.
I like these a lot. They're the only one. Do you think the bridge is too straight? Is that what you're
Not
concerned
like
with?
the gold at all.
Well, I mean, it's a good, it could be tilted, it's a little bit,
Sorry.
rectilinear.
This could go in the seal too, though.
The bridge is slightly angled, it is, goes uphill just slightly.
I just thought it was a bad
Or
photograph.
Hmm?
I thought the photograph was a little off, that's why it was angled.
Well, it's going up, you're going up.
This bridge
Tell
is
yourself that's
Scary
great
Bridge is his nickname.
Let's get
Is it a
this.
scary bridge?
but don't do tilting like the Chelmsford sign. That makes me feel queasy.
They loved it.
Yeah, well, somebody
Unanimously,
must love it,
they
but
loved it.
been going there for 15 years. and-
Is this too much etching to do on a mass produced?
No,
Okay.
this is done, but this is printed
Okay.
the way it's done. And it has,
Would it have fidelity at something much smaller?
yeah,
I think the grass on the bottom is kind of cool. But I mean, there's something else that could go there.
I like the color on the bottom.
I like that.
whatever it is.
Needham could go there.
So which
What
version do you
about a
like
richer
for the-
palette like in the
I like
river
both of
ones?
Amber,
say,
what do you,
Gloria?
Amber, I'm sorry.
I said, what about a richer palette like in the river one, so it's not just two colors, three colors?
Yeah,
Too blue.
Little more green,
I like the orange.
raise the
Amber, I remember you saying something about
the
bridges
text
last
field
meeting.
above the edge of them.
Sorry?
I remember you saying something about bridges the last meeting.
So I like this one. I'm not a fan of like the grass or something at the bottom. It almost, if you look quick, you don't know, is it like something, is it flames? Is it something? And the bridge, I feel maybe a little more detailed or a different color variation to separate it. But and I don't remember what I said last meeting, so sorry.
It was very good, but I can't.
Oh, let me look
That's
at
I'm
gotta
sure it
go.
was good though.
Yes, it was gold. Okay.
So I'd like to see that with different colors too.
Let's just see if I have-
Yeah,
more colors.
Yeah, that's-
Maybe
More
infuse
variation
some green
colors.
into it.
And I also wouldn't mind seeing it sort of treated like you were treating the river, the trees were more simple.
Well, why
Maybe it's
couldn't
too
the
much of the
orange
same
last
colors or
all
something, just something just is a little off about it.
Big blue.
Can you do the orange on one of this one? Please, Amy.
It's the same orange,
But there's less blue.
there's less blue, right, but the orange is intrusive,
This
yeah.
one, this is it. Is that it?
Looks like it.
So there is a railing on the top.
There's a railing on the
There's a
top?
railing on the top.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
right.
it's a wooden
Right.
hard
It's a
guardrail.
feeble railing, but it's
No, it's
there.
like it's almost like a stockade fence.
Yeah, it's illegal.
It's illegal?
Don't say that out loud.
I hear it.
Wouldn't make much of a
That's why
barrier.
we're, we are actually
All
on the
right.
tip to replace this.
No,
Oh, no.
no,
Oh, all right.
no.
This could be a
Historic round.
symbolic historical element in
Farewell.
the future. It doesn't have to.
I know, but you know, the,
Oh.
and it's a bridge.
Kevin, we
that's-
replaced the bridge.
The oldest
Well,
standing
all
bridge
the
colors
stuff,
in that one.
everything back up.
The colors?
That's interesting.
Zoom in.
That's
and
kind of
look at
boring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can we do a detail on that?
that. I was just showing like if it's a,
I never.
Zoom in on it.
Yeah.
you kind of get the keystone.
I'm sorry.
I never received the picture you just showed us.
He's just pulling it up from his own personal.
They're my pictures.
Can
Well,
you
you're
send
one
it to,
photographer,
send that?
you know.
But,
You can see
but
it
also,
reflected in the river.
It's very
That was
far
pretty.
away.
Oh, I missed that. I was looking for what
What's
Amber
this?
said.
Can you?
Can you put it up again or flash it up
Oh,
there?
sure.
He's gotta turn it around.
Yeah.
It's not up there.
Oh,
I'm sure in my real one, I have many more pictures of it.
Maybe you could pull it up, Amy?
Is it
You just-
31st?
email it to me?
I did.
and you said historically, it's the oldest.
It's the oldest standing
It's
bridge.
July
Yeah,
31st.
1847.
It's the oldest standing bridge in
Needham.
Needham.
I want to stop share because if I open up my email, then the
Yes.
whole world.
Yeah.
Central Ave.
The one, the Central Ave to Dover, skinny one, the
That's
narrow
the
one?
one I was talking about.
Yeah,
Right, that's in the
Scary Bridge.
picture.
Scary bridge.
scary bridge. The scary bridge.
If you have a mirror that's too wide and the truck comes down, you could get in trouble.
Yeah, an early swim.
Well, not that bad.
Yeah, it hasn't come through yet.
Okay.
I don't know how the internet's so good down there.
I know you don't want too much detail, but you can't throw in any ducks or Canada geese. How about a
Maybe we
turkey
can
by the
get
shore?
that,
Oh, there is something in there. Is it a log or?
Loch Ness.
Grass or.
Here's my front porch.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh, hey, that's,
We just had this part.
yeah,
Do you see what I love that.
because that then can be going
You can
into,
have any
porch.
it can be going into a multi-apartment
No,
building.
it came not with that single door. You have to have
Oh,
two
it goes into a lot.
Goes into a lobby, yeah.
Pinewood.
It becomes more symbolic that way instead of the particular little country.
No.
Place.
We were like one of the first and they all just came down.
Are you giving him a hard time?
No,
Yes.
he just doesn't like to listen to his elders.
How do you know
Oh,
I was talking to this
Wow.
gentleman. Were you giving him a
that?
hard
How
time?
do you know that?
I'm just making a guess.
No, you may be wrong.
I might be. But you do like to be, to
Only you,
spar.
only with you, nobody else.
That saves us.
How are we feeling about the tagline? We
Nobody
felt-
wants
Nobody
it.
wants
It's
to.
gone.
It's gone.
Although it was, I thought it was great.
I mean, it's good.
I thought it was a terrific
I
tagline.
retired 18 years ago.
You did?
Mhm.
Okay. This was 64. Well, I didn't think about it then.
Nowadays, people
Yeah,
work
it's
longer.
It's
Oh.
near August 8th.
Yeah, but my husband was
Would you drive
retired
by?
too, so that will.
Well, I was looking for the time I
Which
took
is
that
nice.
bridge photo,
Oh,
so that
right.
I
Which we
could let's see if there's other ones that I didn't put on
Yeah.
the
Sure.
record faces.
Now, I have a question about the fence on top of the bridge. Is anybody from out of town gonna know anything about that? Or would they look at, no, it's a bridge here? when they come here? That's the
Nobody
question.
in Needham's gonna know what bridge that is except us.
No, but they know that there are bridges everywhere to get out.
That's the close up with the top.
Yeah. kind of, whether-
That's one part of this, then.
Right, that's just one loop.
The one that you go under if you're smart when
And
you're.
my.
So you're thinking just doing one loop as an option?
That's what he was
It's
saying.
just, you know, like it's almost a detail, puts a little.
Yeah, but that looks like,
But if you center it to like a
Ipswich and,
a single arch
Watertown.
bridge.
Right,
this is, the three arches are what separates us.
there's a bit of a current there, so it's not always easy to be right. So,
Yeah,
I'm
But
happy.
nobody's gonna know that either.
I am so happy if somebody tells me I have to go out kayaking and take a picture of that bridge. I am all about doing that. It's on my way.
So there's
Sorry.
a difference in the angle too. This one is
Yeah,
Well, it's from the
on
river and that's from
water,
the
you're
road.
looking up
Yeah.
at the bridge.
very different feel.
Yeah, it has a real, completely different. That's also why you get those good colors.
So weird.
I mean, did you ever get the one he was emailing to you?
No, it hasn't come through.
It's a big.
Oh,
Oh, it will eventually. It
Yeah.
has to go, you know.
Oh, nope, sorry, it's saying try later.
Yeah.
Oh, can you
Didn't
show
make
it,
it out of the
can you
building.
show it to us again, the one
Oh, let's
we
see.
had before?
No,
And our-
yes,
Our agenda for the next meeting is to get closer on this, and will we
Yes.
see anything
Yes.
on the seal at that point?
Maybe. Can you take something off the, internet? I wanna share this to everyone to think about, especially you, Amber.
No. we
Go to
decided
the
nothing about
Watertown
the seal.
Town Seal.
I know what he
Take
has
a
in
look at
mind, but
that.
that's not.
Watertown?
Watertown.
Maybe we should retain.
But that's what we all had said. And Kate has.
Is there,
notes about that.
okay. I have to check it, I left my file at home.
You got it?
Yep, that's a black and white version there too. Let's see what it is. It's what we had discussed, right?
can you throw it up there on the screen?
Yep.
It does not have any.
It's got red, so I know we can't use it here, but it's the
I
one
know.
individual with the one, indigenous person. So that's what we had talked about early on, that you wanted one-on-one, you didn't want.
Mhm.
So it's already in use, basically.
And our indigenous person is on higher ground. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought
But
we,
the teepees are still there.
Yes,
Team
right.
is still- Yeah,
Yeah, it's four. It was done in 1887, by the way.
well, sometimes older things can be very good.
They have to work at it, though.
They have that big mountain in the background too.
yeah, what's
Yeah.
on there? What's that?
Mount Watertown.
Yeah,
No lie.
I know, the mountains are.
Mount
way-
Auburn. Mount Auburn.
Maybe you can
In
see
Pasay,
High Rock
Convita.
from
I was there for 30 good, Mount Auburn. I like
Michael
it.
was looking at the seal, they said, what's
Founded
that big
in-
lake?
Oh,
It's not
you-
a lake, it's the river.
You know the Latin.
That's one of the.
I did like 7 years of Latin.
Yeah.
And Paige,
No, I
could-
didn't remember.
Yeah, Kate, you did a page that sort of summarized some of the points that, from several meetings ago. And I didn't bring all my stuff, but I thought that was really good because you'd captured some of the things people have.
recirculate that.
so is Pequot's?
That's probably its original name, it's old
Is
name.
that,
It's from
It's probably-
January 24th.
Probably its native name.
I'm not sure
Native
that the fact
area.
that someone else has got a seal that's similar is
Yeah, there's a
a
lot.
big deal. There are a lot of them.
There's
Yeah.
see.
No, but that's exactly what part of the
What we're trying
discussion
to do
was
is,
about.
is to minimize them not wearing clothing, not being outnumbered, you know,
Perhaps not having a mountain range.
yes, and the Mississippi River, and the wrong tree and the teepee.
and a teepee,
And we want appropriate clothing on both.
and the Hoyden who is in it
Yeah.
would be, he's
probably-
giving a piece of paper.
And
as
he'd
if,
probably
like,
be
here's the
dressed like
receipt.
he had gone to Harvard.
That was the deed, probably.
That, perhaps a deed, that's a deed,
Right.
but,
The deed.
And he probably was dressed like he had gone to Harvard.
yeah, he would.
He would have been in,
Yeah,
conventional clothing.
and so
for
that's
the
the
White
Or
House.
hybrid.
that's another, yes,
Prairie Indians often wore sort of a combination of native and English clothing.
okay,
And that would really confuse people looking at our seal.
right.
Gloria, do you have anything hiding around in the in the basement that.
Yeah.
Well, like somebody else's
Said that too
rendition
fast.
of the logo, or, you know, I mean, one of those.
We have many bad renditions of the logo,
Yeah, that's a
you know,
problem.
hand painted
'Cause usually
renditions,
it
but it's the
starts here and
same,
goes
but it's the
west.
same one, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, what's with the mountain? It's the same thing.
That's,
Well, they just felt like they couldn't put flat, because it's.
well, they had mountains in Wayland, remember? We saw that one too.
Yeah.
I suspect a lot of
It's a
these were
lot
done by the same
mountains in
person.
Wayland.
That's how they.
Oh, lots of them.
That's how they put the
I
second
remember
one
that
down.
discussion. That was so much fun.
They changed theirs?
They threw everything out after we were done with the whole study.
This is Wayland.
Yeah, Yeah.
So went through the whole process and they just rejected the whole,
they rejected every option.
Town meeting or the board?
The board, they didn't even let it go to town meeting. They had a survey, because town meeting is open, so they had a survey to see what people thought, and then they threw everything.
Well,
out.
the problem, there was
There were
another,
a number of problems.
I suggest whenever you have a survey or you put it before the public, you give them two options.
Yes,
They put in three.
Three, and three is too many?
Yeah, because you get 33%, 33%.
and then
34%.
everybody said we don't like, it was like,
Take part of this.
come up, yeah,
Chinese menu.
come up
Can
with
you put
another
this
one.
with that?
That's exactly,
Yep.
that's
I always tell
exactly what the
people,
comments were.
never
They got-
show, like, well, I'm gonna show.
the mountains, the giant
one,
river,
two throwaways.
the TPS.
People
So
pick
pick
the
the three.
throwaway.
It's like a veritable
Yeah.
They all gotta
smorgasbord.
work. A lot of the
Oh,
times it's
that's Wayland.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
Should we get back to the
The
ones
giant white
that
guys.
I
we
didn't see
wanted to
anything.
progress with or not, or
But I
did we
just
finish
noticed
that?
I thought we had.
Oh, okay,
And then
perfect.
they ended up keeping.
Can we talk for just one moment about soliciting public feedback and the timing?
I would like to get it down to two options
Okay,
before we
Yeah.
go public.
so.
Yeah.
I would like to get public feedback well before anybody goes away for the summer. Doing anything over the summer is not ideal. Um,
Sounds like-
So,
Sounds like the perfect.
That's what we do.
I will offer though, if we have to come back, if I have to come back in September, because of lack of meetings in the summer, I'm happy to do that. I've done that with other communities.
I can't tell the state you're done though, so it's, we have to
Okay.
figure that, we'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
so the idea would be to come back in 2 weeks with some
Thank you.
tweaks of what we saw today. So we have two more meetings scheduled, one for May 14th and one for May 28th.
Mhm.
Everybody should receive the calendar
Yes,
invites for that
you
already.
were very good at sending it.
So I'll type up the feedback from this meeting and I'll get that over to you by midday tomorrow.
Fine, thank you.
Is it reasonable that if we put two out and people really like one, but then later the select board says, well, I'd rather have this little greener, I mean, is that, or is it like have to be ready completely?
I think it needs to be ready. This is the group that tweets it.
Yeah, well, we'll need to share it with the board then.
Yeah, you know, they're possible.
Yeah. There-
But
there's
I
what?
thought you were the head of the board.
it's poor leadership, that's what I
You're the
meant.
head of the board.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean,
Public's gonna go.
You're the one who counts the votes. Okay.
This is.
what was,
Right, and then the seal actually has to go to town meeting.
That'd be good.
Thank you for all being so involved today. I appreciate it. But it's a iterative process, right?
And then the other thing is when you come down to your last couple options, when the two that you want to pick, people to pick from, they can't be completely diametrically opposed in terms of style.
Okay, good point.
Let them say, I like the
Sorry.
blue
Oh, that's
instead of
okay.
green. Give 'em-
Right.
Give them the
Right.
easy lob. one
Okay.
to do.
Right,
Why do you say that? What happened to you?
Too many
because,
books.
yeah, and people start seeing all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
Like
so they
want-
were focused on the stylistic part instead
That
of the
was
content.
part of it, and then they were given too many options.
And of the three options, I only drew two.
Yeah, they came up with their own third option.
Which they?
Committee members.
Yeah, the committee members did.
Okay.
It was great. It was so much fun.
And did they
And here
split it
you
three
are,
ways?
Needham.
And I was like, really?
Public, they went through, did they like all?
And what?
Yeah, they went public with all three, and they asked,
And what did the public say?
the public said that they liked this, and that, and they wanted something else, other than the three options.
Right, so they Frankenstein one. Or
They
intermittent
didn't, the
Yeah,
select
yeah.
board then said, we're done.
Yeah.
So they're still using the old one
And I
They have
wrote in
no
my,
wayfinding.
with the
They have
mountains
no,
and the
they have
giant
no
river.
Yeah, but where are
wayfinding.
we
They didn't
looking?
do wayfinding.
But where
yeah,
are
but
we-
this is a town, remember, that allowed a developer, private developer to name their project Wayland Town Center.
Right.
Well, you didn't have it, they didn't have a town center.
No, they do, but not anymore. It's privately owned. So
So
their aesthetics are not their strong suit.
So I want to ask a question. We weren't really looking for wayfinding. We're looking for something that's kind of like a logo type.
Yeah, we
brand.
asked Mark to show us something that could be put on a bottle or a shirt.
That
or
we're
a
not
truck.
looking for signs that
Well,
are
I-
gonna
yeah, we
tell us
probably are looking.
Yeah, I think. you do.
Eventually, yeah.
eventually.
Because you
Yeah, I
can
think
rot,
the
I mean,
town
you can,
needs some.
We'll use this for a very long time,
Yeah,
whatever it is. That's why it has to be
Okay.
good.
And
So
that's
that's
why,
a-
that's why we're pushing in different directions.
Yeah, okay, that's helpful.
yeah, because you could broaden or narrow a lot of
Right,
those designs,
exactly.
you know, turn them into certain, you know,
But you
narrow
have
them
to be
into
able
a
to use
circle if you
them.
need a patch and,
in a number of different.
I
yeah.
should bring, next week I'll bring show and tell. I went to a meeting where,
David was
everybody brought their merch. So I have like Decatur, Georgia, Georgetown, Texas, Loudon, Virginia, like what they put it on and what it looks like. So I'll bring it for you.
This is still my favorite.
Oh, the entering Needham.
Oh, good.
I have an entering Needham bracelet. The select board gave me that.
Yeah, I remember when he got it.
They don't sell them.
That makes it more unique.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Okay,
All right, great.
great.
On
Any
to the next meeting.
questions? We have to, if there's a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, second.
Second,
All right, let's go to Amber.
I just wanted to show.
Yes.
Yes,
Second.
yes,
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
JP?
Yes.
Lori?
I,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
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 And Jefferson.
yes. And whoever's doing the minutes, JP's not a voting member.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying- thank you for saying-
I didn't want to say it, but I'm not.
you don't want to get.
Yeah, thank you. I came in, I came in late.
Oh. Do you know how long I had to get a boat lunch?
And then I was very confused because it was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. See,
Yeah, but I get
yeah.
cold.